Self-acceptance, the value of liking yourself. Self-acceptance is a tricky personal attribute to work with. If you are reading or listening to this, then you are wanting to improve yourself in some way. In other words, you want to change yourself in one way or another. Self-acceptance is accepting yourself as you are, without change. So how can you exercise self-acceptance as a way for self-improvement? First of all, it's important to acknowledge the good things about yourself. The pieces of yourself that you like, the pieces you want to keep just the way they are. An example could be, I really like that I always want to improve as a person. This is a great one because, as previously stated, this is why you are here in the first place. Secondly, if there are things about yourself that you don't like, don't beat yourself up about them. Accept them as they are and acknowledge that you are in the process of improving. Make sure you see it as a positive, not a negative. That's the trick. This is a very powerful quality of self-acceptance for the use of personal growth. Why it's important to like yourself. We all want to improve, that's the influence evolution has on us all. When you like yourself throughout this process, it is done in a more graceful and effective fashion. In turn, you become your biggest fan, cheering yourself on throughout the challenges of growth. This allows you to see your flaws as perfection because they are your motivators for personal improvement. Self-acceptance is an important part of your emotional, mental and physical well-being. It is strongly correlated to self-understanding, meaning you are able to empathize with others and have a strong peace of mind. When you are able to lift the restrictions of love you have for yourself, magic happens. Feel good, hormones flood your brain and body, supporting you throughout your day-to-day life. Your emotional body and mind is supported by something that is always with you. This becomes your superpower for living life. What happens when you don't like yourself? On the other hand, when you don't like yourself and lack self-acceptance, it does the opposite. Your brain and body are flooded with feel-bad hormones. This causes worry, stress, anxiety and depression throughout your days. Consequently, this becomes your worst enemy for living life, wreaking havoc on your emotions, mind and physical body. This will occur when you spend too much time ruminating on mistakes or failures. Instead, accept them as points in your learning curve of becoming better. Learn all that you can from them and move on quickly. Where does self-hate come from? Whether you call it self-hatred or self-loathing, when you don't like yourself, it has a powerful influence on your mental, emotional and physical health. But where do these feelings come from? From early on, we are taught what to value and believe in our lives. At a young age, if we are taught that we are unworthy of love or happiness, it has a deep and lasting impression. This undoubtedly comes from one or all of the adults that raise us as a child, whether that is a parent or teacher. This often leads to feelings of self-loathing later in life. Those early experiences act much like a boulder does when it rolls down a hill. They pick up steam along the way, gathering up more false evidence of your shortcomings or unworthiness. As a result, this solidifies in your mind and emotions as the reasons why you shouldn't like yourself. From then on, it becomes harder to shake those false reasons, as the boulder has grown too large to move on your own. That's where this video comes in, helping you shrink the boulder to a movable size. Learning to like yourself. If you want to learn to accept yourself for who you are, you have to earn your respect. You must embody your values and beliefs. Live a life that exemplifies the characteristics you most value on the inside. Your self-esteem is founded upon your internal qualities and traits, not what's on the outside. Focus on developing this, and the rest will fall into place. Treat others well, too. As you care for others, you will soon notice that you feel better about yourself. When you focus on the needs of others, you start to also listen to the fundamental needs of yourself. Simply put, learning to like yourself is about developing self-acceptance. When you accept who you are, you will open the door to possibilities that only high self-esteem and self-love can unlock.